Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today, or tonight I should say, tonight is Warcraft Monday, and I'm going to be reacting to Scourge lore with PlatinumWoW, Wrath of the Lich King Classic, made on the World of Warcraft channel, created by PlatinumWoW. Yes, if you want to check out my previous reactions to other World of Warcraft content on Warcraft Monday, remember the playlist card is going to be at the top. Just click on it and be able to access them. If you want to check out the original video as well as World of Warcraft and PlatinumWoW's YouTube channel, links are going to be in the description below. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go.
In World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King Classic, there are a plethora of different enemies trying to kill you. Obviously, but the big bad Lich King and his mindless Scourge are easily the most formidable threat you'll face in this frozen wasteland.
They are the threat. They are the threat. They are the ones, you know. All the other factions that are subservient to the Lich King, yeah, they are threatening, they are powerful, but the main course of this entire meal, you know, you have your starter, you have your desserts. These guys are the main course. You have to get through them. So yeah, these are the ones.
I mean, his name is literally on the box. But this faction of undeath is more than just fumbling zombies. From formidable liches to malevolent vampires and Death Knight Warlords, the Scourge has a little bit of everything to turn all of Azeroth into a rotten wasteland.
When I see a Death Knight, I just think of Nixium. I just think of Nixium. I don't know why. I think maybe because I've been watching so many of Nixium's Machiminas. So anytime I see a Death Knight, I'm like, that's Nixium right there. Or Nixium's cousins, yeah.
My name is PlatinumWoW, and let me give you my interpretation of the most important enemies you'll face in Northrend. Let's start off with one of the most iconic types of foes who lead these zombie forces, Liches. Liches are powerful necromancers who are in a league of their own when it comes to their dark magic. In life, these spellcasters devoted themselves to necromancy and would stop at nothing in their thirst for power. The most iconic and powerful Lich is Kel'Thuzad, who in life proved his worth by pledging his soul to the Lich King and formed the Cult of the Damned. I mean, how can you expect a guy with a name as evil-sounding as Kel'Thuzad to not praise some dark master?
In fact, he should be like a dark master, you know, Kel'Thuzad. Really, it has that oomph about it, you know, the name Kel'Thuzad. Ugh.
Anyways, he helped spread the plague of undeath across the Eastern Kingdoms, but would ultimately perish at the hands of Arthas. You know, before he went crazy and turned into the Lich King. But death means little to a practitioner of necromancy like Kel'Thuzad.
Your petty magics are no challenge to the might of the Scourge.
Later,
yeah, I remember during Warcraft 3 Reforged, he came back, was helping out Arthas, you know, the very same person who killed him. It was very, very awkward, but yeah, he was there too, and he was good, being, you know, a bad person and everything. It's just that the spotlight was on Arthas almost all the time, so, you know, the other side characters weren't really shown that much in Warcraft 3 Reforged. But yeah, I remember him very vividly.
he would be raised into a powerful Lich for his service to the Scourge, a fitting new form for a devoted worshipper such as himself. These grand pledges to a darker power in order to become a Lich is commonplace among the Scourge. For example, the second boss in the dungeon Draktheron Keep is Novos the Summoner, who was granted his Lich form when he carved out his own still beating heart and offered it to his master to show his unwavering devotion to the Scourge.
How is that even possible? Like, the moment you start cutting out your heart, you'd be dead. You'd be dead. unless maybe he was sustaining himself with magic as he began the process of ripping out his own heart, or cutting out his own heart. Madness.
Brutal. Another characteristic of liches are their phylacteries. You see, when you kill a lich, they don't die. Their souls go into their phylactery where they will recover and spawn once again.
That's interesting. I'm just thinking about Dragon Age. In Dragon Age, they also have phylacteries, right? But, in Dragon Age, they have Mage's Blood to track them should they ever leave the Tower of Magi. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, the Tower of Magi. If a wizard or a witch leaves that tower and, escapes, the phylactery will be like a GPS kind of tracking signal that, they can track down this particular person and then capture them or kill them. But here in World of Warcraft, it's a vessel that can contain the soul of a lich. And yeah, that's quite interesting. And they can resurrect from this. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's quite interesting.
The only way you can kill one of these masters of necromancy is to destroy their phylacteries. We defeated Kel'Thuzad at the end of Classic WoW, but accidentally gave his phylactery to an agent of the Scourge instead of destroying it. And that is the lore reason why we're fighting him again in Wrath of the Lich King. So hopefully we can learn from our mistake and, actually destroy his key to survival. But liches are not the only commanders of the Scourge. The Sand Lane are vampiric undead elves who have orchestrated a multitude of horrific events on Northrend in the name of the Scourge. They've commanded armies in the Borean tundra, held council with the Vrykul in the fjord, raised monolithic flesh giants in Zoldrak, called forth the spirit of Archmage Arugal, and secretly disguised themselves as that one guy in your dungeon group who constantly goes AFK. The origin of these
AFK? What does that mean?
Elves is when Kael'thas Sunstrider and his soldiers followed Illidan to the Frozen Throne to defeat Arthas during the events of Warcraft 3. Spoilers, but Illidan loses, and the members of his forces are slain, and some of these slain elves are then raised as Darkfallen, which are basically just undead elves. Oh yeah, these undead elves also turned into vampires. Throughout your journey through Northrend,
vampires in terms of the blood elves, like how they suck out magical energy from, creatures, or vampire as in they suck blood. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like blood elves. Yeah.
You'll slay many of these Darkfallen, but during the Ice Crown Citadel raid, you'll learn that they are very similar to liches in that death is totally inconsequential to them.
Foolish mortals. You thought us defeated so easily. The Sand Lane are the Lich King's immortal soldiers. Now, you shall face their might combined!
The ruler of the vampires is Blood Queen Lanethel, who raised her vampiric followers to fight once more. Lanethel was once one of Kael'thas' followers, but now eagerly helps to command the Scourge forces on behalf of the Lich King, and her Darkfallen act as agents, leaders, ambassadors, and accountants for the Scourge.
What? What do you mean constructing a giant statue of me flexing in front of the Citadel made of Serenite isn't in the budget? You are fired.
I thought you'd probably say something like you are iced, Sorry, let's just continue.
I've saved the Scourge's most dangerous weapon for last. The Lich King personally raised these warriors who in life showed great tenacity and in death would embrace their new existence as
Nixiom's family,
powerful members of his army.
All that I am, anger, cruelty, vengeance, I bestow upon you, my chosen knight. I have granted you immortality, so that you may herald in a new, dark age for the Scourge.
The Death Knights learn to harness their new schools of magic to bring death to their living enemies. They have the ability to harness the powers of blood and bone to satiate themselves in combat and control it to bolster their defenses.
Blood and bone. So they're kind of like the vampires of San Leon, right? Huh.
They've learned to control the powers of frost, but you may be wondering, how are they any different from frost mages? Well, frost mages just learn to harness the power of frost magic, but Death Knights literally are frozen to their core. Ice flows through their undead veins, and they can inflict the same bitter cold against their enemies. And finally, they have learned to wield the powers of necromancy. Of course, with a wave of their hand, they can spread infectious diseases, rot their enemies from the inside out, and raise corpses in death. And you know what? Now is a good time to cover some of the other undead in the Scourge ranks that they can summon. Now, none of these have any particularly interesting characteristics.
Ew, but what's this one with pimples on his back? Ugh, I don't like that already. Yuck.
So let's just go through them quickly. Ghouls, zombies. Geists, zombies. Zombies, zombies. Abominations, multiple zombies stitched together. And Plague Eruptors, zombies, but also filled with blight and will explode on their enemies.
Yeah, these ones are disgusting. Plague Eruptor, oh, yuck.
The Death Knight starting zone has players destroy the Scarlet Enclave in the Plague Lands, and at the end of the questline, the Death Knights of Acheris are broken free from the Lich King's control and rejoin their former factions. But despite wrestling out of control of their master, Death Knights are still conditioned to be weapons of destruction, and must suffer the consequences, and take the Warlock's place as one of the most edgy classes you can play in the game. Probably the most harmful affliction Death Knights are wrought with is something called eternal hunger. You see, if a Death Knight doesn't inflict suffering or death on a regular basis, they will go through an immeasurable amount of pain, and their psyche will break, causing them to go on a blood-crazed murderous frenzy.
Give in to the darkness. Death Knight, we kill them all. Suffering to the conquered. Finish it.
But thankfully, those crazy Death Knights, they're working with us and will inflict that suffering on our enemies.
Why does it seem that that's not enough, though? Oh.
Right? Oh, he's coming right for me! Now, only the Death Knights of Acheris were freed from the Lich King's grasp, but during your adventures, you'll face Death Knights of equal power who still fight for their dark overlord. So now that you know all about the Scourge's most dangerous foes, let's defeat them, because out of all of the enemies you'll face in Northrend, the Scourge is the most important in World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King Classic.
Guys, that was Scourge lore with PlatinumWoW, Wrath of the Lich King Classic, made on the World of Warcraft channel and created by PlatinumWoW. Yes. Yeah. Wow. This game must be extremely fun for you guys. You know, I've only been hearing good things about Wrath of the Lich King. You know, the gameplay, the different types of classes you could choose, and how enjoyable it is to play in that expansion pack of World of Warcraft. And yeah, I think I'm going to be checking out gameplay, YouTube videos of people who are playing, you know, Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Hopefully there are people out there who are doing it, and then maybe I can react to some of them, or maybe like to the entire process. And yeah, I just want to see, you know, how you guys play this game and how you enjoy this game. I'm already thinking about doing that with Dragonflight. After I'm done with those cinematics for Dragonflight, then I'm going to be focusing on the gameplay of Dragonflight with, what's his name again? I forgot his name. I forgot his YouTube name. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. You will see it when I post it. Yeah, he's quite famous in the World of Warcraft circles. So yeah, probably you already know who I'm talking about. But yeah, but I'm digressing. Yes, the Lich King and his forces, his main forces. You know, the Liches, the Death Knights, the Sunlions, all of these powerful weapons of war that the Lich King has at his behest. Scourge is a very powerful and difficult foe for all of Azeroth to fight against. You know, the Alliance can't do it alone. The Horde can't do it alone. They need to work together to defeat the Lich King. They need to work together to defeat the Scourge. And they need to always work together, you know, to make sure that Northrend is out of the clutches of the Lich King. And yeah, it needs a combined effort. As always, with all existential threats that occur on Azeroth, people need to band together. They need to work together for Azeroth. I'm just thinking about I'm thinking about Khadgar. Khadgar's cinematic for, what was it again? At World of Warcraft Legion. Yes. when he was heading over to his former master's tower to go and seek some answers. And you know, as he came out of that tower, he realized that, you know, the only way that Azeroth was going to survive is if the Horde and the Alliance work together. And you know, that will always be the truth about this game. It will always be the truth about Azeroth, that the Alliance is nothing without the Horde, and the Horde is nothing without the Alliance, especially when facing against an enemy that is threatening the existence of all life on Azeroth. So yeah, guys, good luck. If you guys are still, you know, playing the game, World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King Classic, good luck to you guys. Finish the game, enjoy the game, you know, discover every single nook and cranny, and yeah, you know, just enjoy yourselves. Alright guys, I guess that's it for tonight with World of Warcraft. If you want to check out the original video as well as the YouTube channel for World of Warcraft, as well as PlatinumWoW's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. If you like my reaction, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys next week, Monday. Bye bye.